Now, what we have said about that, we have to talk about a function of a noun, when it functions as a complement. But a noun can function in two ways. Either it can be a subject to complement, or it can be an object to complement. Okay, when we call it a subject to complement and when we call it an object to complement, that is really interesting to know. Okay, if a complement describes, if a complement defines, or it gives us information about the subject of the verb, then it is subject to complement. If it is an attributive towards the object of the object of the sentence, you can call it object to complement. यानी अगर एक complement अपने सेंटेंस के सब्जेक्ट को की खासियत बयान करता है, अपने सब्जेक्ट को डिफाइन करता है, तो देन यू कैन कॉल दैट सब्जेक्ट टू कॉम्प्लीमेंट. और अगर कोई कॉम्प्लीमेंट अपने सेंटेंस के ऑब्जेक्ट को डिफाइन करता है, उसके बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन देता है, तो यू कैन कॉल दैट ऑब्जेक्ट टू कॉम्प्लीमेंट. तो हमें जो यहाँ पर पढ़ना है कि द फंक्शन ऑफ अ नाउन एज कॉम्प्लीमेंट. तो मैंने कहा ये दो तरीके से हो सकता है, subject to complement and object to complement. Okay, I will give you an example for both these terms. I wrote Ahmed became a doctor. I have written on the board, you can see, Ahmed became a doctor. Now, you have verb became, it is the main verb, it is become. इसका base form है, and became is past form of become. So Ahmed became a doctor. But अगर मैं सिर्फ इतना लिखता Ahmed became, तो this became was verb of incomplete predication. तो इस became को किसने complete किया? डॉक्टर ने. Hence doctor is a complement. But at the same time, it functions as a complement of the verb of incomplete predication, but simultaneously, at the same time, doctor is an information about Ahmed. This complement discusses the profession of the subject of the verb. Hence, it is subject to complement. Hence, it's subject to complement. So, here we have doctor. Doctor is an attribute of this person, of this subject of the sentence, that is Ahmed, whose name is Ahmed. So, this doctor is known as subject to complement. Hence, a noun, whether it is a proper noun or it is a common noun, it can function, it can perform a function of subject to complement. So I hope this is clear. Now let's take an example of object to complement. So usually what happens when we have subject, we have main verb, we have object, usually the sentence is complete. But there are some certain places in English language, in any language rather I should say, there are certain places, there are certain specialized sentences where you have subject, where you have main verb, you have object, but still the meaning or the sense remains incomplete. Like, for example, okay. So we have this simple sentence, her parents named her Fatima. So here the subject of this main verb, it is name. You can use it as noun, you can use it as verb, it depends how you are using this particular word in a particular situation or in a particular sentence. So here we have her parents named her Fatima. So her parents, this is, her is attributive, pronoun, but parents is the main subject. You can say this is compound subject, but main subject इसमें जो है, that is parents. Okay, they have performed this particular action. That, what is that? And that is giving a name to their daughter. Now her is the object. So it is the object of this verb. Subject, this is object and this is verb. But if I say her parents named her, that's it. So it remains incomplete. But when I say Fatima, so Fatima becomes complement for this verb of incomplete predication. So this is a complement. But simultaneously at the same time, this Fatima, it defines her. It defines the object. So Fatima becomes objective complement. Okay, I hope this is clear. If you have any doubt, any confusion regarding this, you can drop your question in the comment section. You are most welcome. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, another function of noun is it functions as a positive. Now, what is when we say noun is in opposition? Okay, a positive. For example, I say okay, so I have written here, Abdullah, our captain, made 100 runs. We have subject, we have verb, we have object. That's it. It is complete in sense, it is complete in meaning. But there is one thing we have to understand: when we call it a noun is in opposition to another noun. So we have here main जो proper noun है, that is Abdullah, noun 1. We have noun 2. We have noun 3. Okay, so there are two nouns which are used for the same person. That is Captain and Abdullah. They are not two different persons. They are just used for a single person. So Abdullah, this is an attribute. This is a definition of Abdullah. So this noun follows this. When a noun follows another noun and it defines its predecessor, then you can call that noun which follows, which defines the noun that comes before it, that is said to be in a noun in apposition. Or simply you can call this appositive. So when it is appositive, remember, if you omit, if you erase this type, Abdullah made 100 runs, still it does not affect the meaning of a sentence. So always, opposite is always an additional information for the subject. So this is it. This is it when we call noun in opposition. Okay, another function of noun is vocative. So what is vocative? When you directly call somebody, or when you directly order or request, or whatever it should be, in imperative mood, you call somebody, you can call that vocative. For example, you say, Ahmed, open the door, please. So this noun, this Ahmed, it is vocative noun. Okay. So after that vocative function, we will move towards noun adjunct. Noun adjunct. Okay. So you can call it attributive noun, you can call it qualifying noun. Don't worry, there might be some grammar books where you see the entry attributive noun. Okay, that is the same thing. When you say it is qualifying noun, that is the same thing, noun adjunct. And when you call, when we say that noun is in adjunction, when we call, for example, I will give you a simple example. Sorry. Ahmed's house is surrounded by stone walls, and another word I have written two sentences. Ahmed's house is surrounded by stone walls. Children usually like to play with toy guns. Now, the first sentence, if you if you are asked to identify the nouns in first sentence, how many nouns are there? We have noun 1, Ahmed, noun 2, noun 3, and noun 4. Generally, basically, technically, we have only 3 nouns. This is a compound noun, stone walls. And also, like children, like sentence 2, noun 1, and noun too. Again, toy guns, अगर आपको याद होगा जब हमने compound noun पढ़ा था, तो we have generally two types of, we have different names for compound noun. For example, if you have handshake, this is compact, closely written, no space between hand and shake. Hand is noun and shake is verb. So this compound noun has been formed by noun and verb. So this is closed compound noun. This is closed compound noun. Okay. So, but in case of stone wall, there is a space. So this is called open compound noun. And if there is hyphen, you can say hyphenated compound noun. Open compound noun. But here you see that in the case of stone wall, you have this noun, this is noun, but this modifies this. This noun is an attribute of wall, stone wall. So when you have two nouns and the previous noun, the first noun, the noun that comes first, that explains or that gives a particular trait or particular characteristics to the noun that follows, you can call this noun adjunct. So यहाँ पर toy guns के केस में toy है noun adjunct. So these were the fundamental functions of noun. These were prominent functions of noun, and I hope that today's this whole session would have been very interesting for all of you. And I thank you, all of you, for watching me, for hearing me, and for subscribing the channel. And if you have any doubts, comments, and any suggestions, please, you are most welcome to drop your questions, drop your doubts, drop your suggestions in the comment section. You are most welcome with my open heart. Thank you. Stay blessed. Stay home. Stay safe. Stay blessed.